Hey, it's your boy Ron Big Black Garrett. 100 pounds. Yeah. Yeah, your boy done lost officially 100 pounds. But let me back it up for you. Really, I probably lost about 120, 130, maybe even up to 140. Because when I first started keto in October of 2016, um, I had stopped weighing myself. I was getting sicker and sicker and sicker, so I had stopped weighing myself. And the last time I weighed myself was June, July of that year, and I weighed 337. And when I looked at the scale, I was like, I ain't weighing myself again. And I didn't weigh myself again until I started, until oh, it was well after I had started keto, and I had just got back down to 337. But I took this picture with my friend Jock. Jock weighed close to 400 pounds, and I was almost as big as Jock. The only difference between Jock and I was that Jock is almost a foot taller than me. So I estimate, just knowing about weights and measurements because of bodybuilding and powerlifting, I would estimate I was probably closer to the 365 range. But officially, we gonna stick with 337 because it sounds good. So, how did I do it? Was it all keto? It wasn't all keto. I've also did experiments with intermittent fasting, extended fasting. Intermittent being most of the smaller varieties, 12 hours, 16 hours, 18 hours. But I also do extended fast up to 8 days. 10 days is my longest, I think. It may be 8 days, but maybe 10. But and that's not for everybody. For some people, intermittent fasting, if you have a healthy metabolism, intermittent fasting sans keto, uh, without keto, is the way to go. I have a friend at work. He just couldn't do keto. He had to have his carbs, and that's a good thing because he's not metabolically damaged like I am. He's not suffering from diabetes. He just wanted to lose some weight and feel better, and sort of correct his hormones. Because as you get older, males and females, need to correct those hormones. So I suggested to him intermittent fasting, and he started doing it. Bam. He's more of a 16-hour a day. So really, he ends up eating in a smaller window. He fasts 16 hours, eat up to 8 hours a day. And then half the time he doesn't even eat. He eats one meal or two meals a day within that 8 hour period. And a lot of times he extends that to a 18-6. But I routinely go a day. I just don't eat. It's not a big deal. And I love it when people say, oh, you're going to die. You're going to do this, do that. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? I still grow muscle at 52 freaking years old. So don't tell me it ain't unhealthy. It's the natural way we were supposed to live. We were not made and created to eat all flipping day, people. You have been sold a lie. You have bought a bill of goods that ain't true. The food industry created the breakfast is the most important meal of the day and all of these other things. And all of this, you got to eat snacks and all this. The food industry, they were trying to sell food. And if you don't believe me, go and do your research and find out. I was ticked off when I found this out. So when your body is devoid of food for a certain amount of time, whether it be 12, 16, 18, 24 hours, extended fast, especially after 3 days, your body totally rebuilds its immune system after 72 hours. And that's hard for some people, but it's true. I know. But having said all that, the main point here is that your boy is officially 100 pounds down. And he looking good. So I want to encourage you seriously to stick to whatever it is you're doing. And, I'm a keto guy. Everyone knows that. I'm also a fasting guy because as I've gotten further along down this road, I found that I can intermittent fast and not have to be keto 100% of the time. But I love being keto, so I normally go straight back to keto. Um, Keto works better for me than just intermittent fasting does. It works better for me. My metabolism, my body had become so metabolically damaged that keto just happens to be what works exactly for me. But I have friends and people who they get their blood work done, and their blood work is perfect with intermittent fasting because your body is not loaded down with all of that food. The kidneys are able to clean themselves out. I was having acute renal failure back in 2016, and and everyone's like, "Well, it was keto." Where was keto in 2016? I wasn't keto, except for my kidneys were going downhill. Now I still have issues with my kidneys from all the damage that I did for the first 48 years of my life, eating all those carbs and getting unhealthy. But my kidneys they have improved. The kidney function has improved, and it's verifiable by my medical records. So I love it when people try to blame keto for what the carbs did. I've been keto now since October 2016, and people want to blame the current health situation that I have and all that with the AFib and all that. They want to blame it on keto when I was having these issues before October 2016, and they were worse. I truly estimate that I wouldn't be here. I probably wouldn't be here right now. I probably would have went before my wife because of how sick I was. And there's people that's in my life can tell you how sick I was while I was taking care of my wife the first time that she had cancer. So do your research before you start yapping and making all of these things because you don't want to change your life. And please, people, if you don't want to be keto and you don't want to heal yourself and not have to take a bunch of medications and all this stuff, don't down someone else while they're trying to do it. Don't hate. Cheer them on if they're trying to make progress. It's not better for them to continue to eat ho-hos, ding-dongs, Twinkies, cake, sugar, all this crap if it's killing them. At least give them a chance. Let them do it. Encourage them. Try to find out about what it is that they're trying to do instead of discouraging them. I see so many people that want to step on someone's neck instead of lifting them up, and it's ridiculous. If you don't understand what they're doing, at least encourage them. Be a source of inspiration for them. And that's in all areas of life. I'm not talking about food, just food. I'm talking about all areas of life. It is so easy to open your mouth and talk about something you don't know about instead of opening your mouth and encouraging someone. I try to build people up every day. That's just what I like to do because I had so many times at different points in my life to where I was told I wasn't going to be smart enough, wasn't going to be talented enough to ever do anything. All I was ever going to be was a thug. The only reason I joined the Army was to get out of the hood. That was true. But I was still told I was going to be nothing. Those people are eating those words now because I am somebody. I'm a child of God. I am destined for greatness, and I am blessed. But that's because I've had positive people pour into my life. Why don't you be that person? I can look back on those people who started pouring into my life in a positive way, be it food, keto, medicine, whatever. Be a source of inspiration, hopefully a godly source of inspiration. It doesn't mean that you're going to have it all figured out, but you can help someone instead of tearing them down. This is the biggest harm to most people's lives, and it can be controlled if you choose to. So I hope you choose today. I didn't want to get a little preachy, but I get so tired of seeing people, being a big person in the gym, and people sitting in the gym laughing, and I'm like, they're trying, man. Why don't you go over and encourage them and help them? Sometimes I want to slap the spirit out of people when they're being that mean, when that person is trying, they're struggling. So I am always that one, not making myself look good, but I am that person that's going to go over and say, hey, man, I'm proud of you. If you need my help, let me know. So be that person today. I didn't mean to get preachy, but it is what it is. Hey, I love you. 100 pounds down. Peace.